Family Sunday, that one's coming up next week, I think I heard, right?
Yep, every second.
That would be a fun one.
And young families, we did that one too.
Young families. Excellent. That sort of newness brings some new life, right? Absolutely. Anything else that you'd like to lift up, bright spots here? Yeah.
I think our adult Sunday school class is a bright spot.
Absolutely. I said you guys were really rolling your sleeves up this morning. I saw that. That was awesome. And I heard another voice somewhere in here. What else is going on? I thought I did. Maybe I was wrong.
Maybe it was me. Our music is just, Cindy is such a beautiful organ and piano player, and Norma Shepherd when she comes back, and Connie, and our choir I think is pretty rockin', and Jerry. So I think our music is such a blessing.
Cool. Absolutely. Anything else that you'd like to lift up? And I'm sure if we had all day, you could think of 20 more, 30, 50 things, right? More stuff that's going on. So now these bright spots that you've lifted up are the reasons for moving forward, are they not? The reasons for you to give of your time and your talent and your treasure to help support the ministries of this church and beyond this church. Now, like Shifra and Pua, we need to stand up against the forces that would destroy us and choose instead to give life rather than coast along in a comfortable existence until we reach our full decline. We move forward not to please ourselves or earthly powers, but rather to please God with our faithfulness, which calls us to take risks and wade into uncomfortable territory. Now, in one of my favorite books, Traveling Mercies by Anne Lamott, some of you may have read it, she writes hilariously and poignantly about brokenness. She writes, "Broken things have been on my mind lately because so much has broken in my life this year and in the lives of the people I love. Hearts, health, confidence. Our wonderful friend Ken Nelson died of AIDS just the other day, and that was terribly painful. Then, not long after, my old friend Mimi, the mother of my junior doubles partner B, began to die after a long struggle with a rare blood disease. Besides the big brokennesses, I've noticed all sorts of really dumb things breaking lately too. I've had a dozen calls from friends reporting broken cars, water heaters, a window, even a finger. So I've been on the lookout for something wonderful to happen because of the story I heard recently. Carolyn Miss, a medical intuitive who writes and lectures about why people don't heal, flew to Russia a few years ago to give some lectures. Everything that could go wrong did. Flights were canceled or overbooked, connections missed, her reserved room at the hotel given to someone else. She kept trying to be a good sport, but finally, 2 mornings later, on the train to her conference on healing, she began to whine at the man sitting beside her about how infuriating her journey had been thus far. It turned out that this man worked for the Dalai Lama, and he said, gently, that they believe that when a lot of things start to go wrong all at once, it is to protect something big and lovely that is trying to get itself born. And that something needs for you to be distracted so that it can be born as perfectly as possible. So perhaps the midwives Shifra and Pua knew this. For the reign of God to be born on earth, they would need to hold the space for children, a new generation of leaders to be born. They knew that warding off Pharaoh's plots to end the Hebrew people would not only save the lives of innocents, but would help birth a new nation that would be released from bondage and led toward the promised land. We too are called to hold open this kind of space for possibilities. We are called to give of ourselves in any way we can to birth this new thing amidst the whole lot of brokenness. Like that box of broken glass I packed so many years ago, the broken shards can be transformed from an incomprehensible mess into something stunningly beautiful, rather than just occupying space in a garbage can. All it takes is a little bit of vision and faith that God will do the work. All we have to do is say yes. Amen.